All right, welcome to another night of racing. One moment here. You're early, and they are still setting some stuff up. So hopefully, I'm going to get this rolling. Trying to figure out why I can't see a few things. So I'm going to fix that. This can be minimized. Looks like it's only me and the worst player so far. So the Copa Classic B Series continues. Looks like we got 2 people on board. Don't forget to say hello as you enter. There's a chat area on the right, which I have availability. I can go like, "Hi, everyone." Bam! Sent. Kind of exciting. So right now, as I said before, we are waiting for the lobby to fill up. As you can see, we've got 3 of us in there. I am the almighty Q. So Siraj is in the process of grabbing all of the people and giving them the link to the room. One of the nice things is we should be broadcasting in 1080p 60 frames per second, which is a upgrade from last week. Through the generosity of RMSOLO racers, I was gifted a better graphics card. So now I can actually do some hardware acceleration instead of software acceleration, while they do virtual acceleration. Don't forget to say, there we are. Hello, HuskerLax35. Oh, and there is, hello there, my good friend from the south. Oops, sorry about that. That was my mug hitting my microphone. Seth, are you going to be feeding me information again? I know there's not that big of a delay. But I sent the same thing to you on text. Ooh, got all quiet. I've been sitting on the screen so long, the music went away. We have virtually no lag. This is really nice to see. It is 8 o'clock, and we've got 3 racers in here. That does not seem like enough. So I don't know what's going on right now. Looks like we're getting ready. I assume that Siraj... Oh, and I have been given the A-OK to use real names. So I've got a primer this week that gives me the names of people, which is going to help. Like, a lot. Now remember, if you want to see this on your big screen, if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, honestly, I don't know about the Twitch on a Switch, but on the main players, as it were, there is a Twitch app, and you can be watching this on your screen. You could also, of course, cast it if you're an Apple user or an Apple TV, or if you have Chromecast. With your television, that will work as well. So there are plenty of options. Let's see if I can find out what's going on here. They're all in the race lobby, but they have not come over here yet. So they must be talking about some items. Now, the circuit that I see there, that may not be the one that they're actually doing, not according to... Yes, Seth. I see that you've screamed my name in the Twitch feed. Thank you. My name is Jesse Shapiro. I am the owner and purveyor of DodgingCones.com. I'm also a racer with these people in real life, at least the bulk of them, for autocross here in Colorado. You can't hear me, Seth? You should be able to hear me. You should be able to hear me. Double check the stream for sound. I guess people are saying they can't hear me. Turning up the volume. Yep, I totally hear myself come through this. Yep, Yep, and it's even echoing and answering itself. Perfect. That sounds like it's working. Oh, the drivers have entered the building. Pay no attention to me, but the first one is Siraj. Then we've got Nick. Then Hubele. That is Mike James. Muffin Racing is Jeff Tattershaw. Tweak is Zach. And then MX5 Ben is Ben Jolly. David Fouth is David Fouth. Bud Smith is Bud Smith. Zephram 47. Aaron Botnick. Moo, cow, moo. That's one of my most favorite ones to say. That is Ryan McLaughlin. Then let's see. Then we've got Mikey Boy. That's Michael Keltner. Planet Herring is Mike Herring. Then Vivek Kaduri is the V Kaduri. Koduri, I think that's what it is. Piper. That is John Collins. Mark C230 is Mark Sherman. X Perry. That one's going to be easy to find. Oh, but it's not on my list. So X Perry does not have a real name. Huskerlax. Who do we got there? Who's Husker? Huskerlax is Mason Wrinkler. It says. Is it Wrinkler? It's not Winkler? Okay. Le Petit Lettuce is the Bruce Lukens. The other Fouth is Zach Fouth. Jubes. I don't even want to know his real name. It's more fun to just call him Jubes. And he's not on my list either. So I don't know who that is. Then R. Sotax Ryan Socat. Spinal Gap is B.J. Fulton. V.A. Fierro. Stephen Clark. Nihirgen Mueller. That's just fun to say, is Nate. Hogan McGregor. I know Rich. I'm sure that is probably Rick Gibson. I don't know who. Let's see. I know Rich. Not on my list. And then Cheese. Also not on my list. So we've got almost a full house here. Let's see. 27 out of 30 drivers. Just making sure that you guys can hear me, so I am posting that in the Twitch chat. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to talk straight for 2 hours and 47 minutes again, and nothing's happening. But I will tell you this. For those of you who have come at... Oh, now you can. Yeah, thank you very much, Betty Beans. I appreciate it. We are at the Autodromo Internacional de Uhuarcocha. It's also known... Well, that's what it's known as. It's a motorsport circuit located in Ibarra, Ecuador, around the Lake Yawarcucha. It has hosted events in the Formula Renault series, and during the 1960s, the construction of the new and current layout was ordered, and it came into shape and was finished by the start of the 1970s. With a new and smaller layout due to the old layout being ruled way too dangerous given the danger of crashing into water, the circuit is currently used for local motorsport events, national motorsports championships, or single events, which are composed by amateur and or semi-professional teams. The most featured and important race is the Larga Duración, which consists of 6 hours of endurance racing and brings participants from neighboring countries to participate. The circuit's facilities are outdated and have not been renewed since around the mid-1990s. This includes the paddock, the grandstands, and the pit lane. The course is the closest FIA-graded track to the equator. Hey, there is some good trivia right there. So there's a little info. I'm trying to see if I can find any circuit like lap times, records. Oh, and we are going racing. I hope he made me a. I hope Siraj made me a. I don't know. I'm in a car, but I hope I'm not actually in the car. I hope I'm a director. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah, that's true. Husker Lax. I did Husker. Wait, it's different Husker, I guess. Oh, is that Siraj Husker? Probably. All right. I don't want to see me. Oh, that's the worst player. Let's see what we got here. I can hear everybody going out there. Oh, wow. There we are. Let's right in the middle here. I'm going to test some volumes here to make sure we're sounding good. So one moment. Sorry, I wanted to make sure you could hear my voice over the engine noise. Pay no attention to the echo. I've got it fixed now. Now this is just qualifying. This happens before the races. Jay dances. I don't think that's on my list either. But I'm sure it's probably Giannis, I'm guessing. Not 100% sure on that. I don't know who Juicy is, but I like his livery. Moo Cow Moo, still sitting in the... There we go. He's coming out to join in the fun, and as is a Cheese and Tweak. So obviously they're making some different adjustments on their vehicle. I know you can see what I see, so you can kind of see where I'm moving the cursor. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is on, or not on board, but trackside with Aaron Botnick. And oh boy, getting a little loose there. Of course, it looks like that's probably the way to drive that car. Talking. I don't know who Tats 1917 is. I assume it's Chelsea, and I know you're not. You're not racing tonight, because Jeffrey is, right? Because Muffin Racing I saw out there. Thought I saw Muffin Racing there, because I'm getting a notice that Muffin Racing isn't. Oh yeah, there he is. With Hubele right on his butt. Pepeto tires. We have 3 people watching. That's amazing. I'm going to use this moment during qualifying to make a post on Facebook and remind people that racing is live. We're live, yo. And the link. Bam. I think I am going to post on my own Facebook, see if we can get more people here. All right, what kind of times? Oh, Muffin Racing putting out a real good one, but Bruce out front, as always. And he's got clear sailing. Now, not many of the drivers have chosen this Scirocco-looking vehicle. Is it a Scirocco? I don't know. Somebody will tell me. Tell me in the comments if it's a Scirocco. We got 5 people watching. That's fantastic. Remember that this is only qualifying. This will set the grid order for the main event. We've only got 14 minutes left for them to finish their qualifying. And at 2 minutes a lap, they're going to get 7, 8 laps max at this point. Actually, probably just 7 more. So they've already gotten 1. That's good. So, honestly, this looks like an awesome track. Looks like it would be a lot of fun to drive. I'm kind of curious about how it used to be closer to the water, and that was considered dangerous. So, out front, Mikey Boy, that is Michael Keltner, followed by Siraj, then Bruce and David Fouth, Stephen Clark, Vivek, Kyoduri, Muffin Racing, that's Jeffrey Tattershaw, excuse me. Nate Holden, I think that was Nate, I think. Is that right? Yeah, Nate in 8th, and Moo Cow Moo, that is, I'll get that, Ryan in 9th, and Jubes in 10th place right now. But there is still plenty of time left. Let's see if anybody's going to take out Stephen Clark yet, even though it's just qualifying. It looks like trying to find a couple people that are real close together here. Oh, hello. Oh my God, Moo Cow Moo, we got there just a little too late. He must have hit something. Ryan McLaughlin. Yeah, we're watching you, but and he's back in the pits already. That's one of those nice things about the being able to, quickly go back there when your car gets destroyed in qualifying. Did you see the crossed arms on that pit guy? He wasn't too thrilled with having him in the pits. Siraj only 0.065 seconds behind Mikey Boy. That's Michael Keltner. You've got the top 3 right now, but within a little over 0.2 of a second. That's pretty nice. All right, Nate Hogan Miller. I don't know who that is ahead of him. It's not necessarily Muffin Racing, just because of the fact. Okay. Yeah, well, computers and streaming, they're not perfect. Coming up on some other drivers right ahead of them. But remember that this position is not their physical position on track. It is based on their fastest single lap. And there's a lot of people going dirt farming here, grass clipping. I don't know how you want to put it. I'm wondering if Nate is in a... it looked really loose from the bonnet shot. But it is a rear-wheel drive car. Coming back onto the course is somebody else. I don't know what all their liveries are. All right, this vehicle right here on board with Hubele It's got the. There's another one of the same cars that Bruce Lukens is in. That looks like a Scirocco, but I don't know what it is. Somebody will tell me eventually. Now, if you're just joining us, it looks like they're racing, but they're not. This is not a battle for position. This is qualifying. So I believe that number 8 was V8 Fiero out front there. Yep. Now it looks like he's holding up. I don't remember who is in the purple car now. Oh, there's some people who have gotten their laps invalidated. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see the ex-Perry, Giannis. I know Rich, ex-Perry, Ziebritzkrieg. If you go too far off the course or you cut the course, it won't count. So you got to keep it clean, people. And I got to be honest with you, the qualifying is not that exciting. Looks like many of the drivers are in clean air, as it were. It looks like Vivek and Jeff Tattersall may actually have the same. Nope, they have changed. Pretty sure Jeff had. Maybe he didn't. I guess they kept the same. I thought the Telefunken was on more than one. Uno Gol Passat. It's a Passat, or it's a Gol. I don't know what a Gol is. Which one the Gol is? I know which ones the Puma and the Chevette are. I know the Uno. But the Gol, I'm guessing it's a Passat, then? It is what, what looks like Bruce Lukens is in, as well as the purple one. Vivek coming through there really fast. Mikey Boy, Siraj, and Bruce, your top three. But knocking on the door is Stephen Clark. And he's in that Chevette right there. It looks like a Datsun 510. But I guess it's not. Okay, so we can see through Tweak. I'm wondering if that means it's an invalidated lap. I do not know. And this is on board, or actually trackside, with a cheese. Now you may ask yourself, what is RMSOLO? That stands for Rocky Mountain Solo. We are the SCCA autocross group out of Colorado, Rocky Mountain. We have a sim league that runs every week on Wednesday nights. It is usually rather full. There are people that were left out. Got it. Bruce is in the goal. Thank you, Chelsea Tattersall. And the bulk of these people run with RMSOLO. Some come out to a couple of events a year, but many of us are there every week. Well, not every week, but every event. Of course, I've missed a couple events. We're very, we're very lucky in Colorado to have so many autocross organizations that we can choose from, where there's SCCA and the BMW Club, as well as PPIR Track Attack, that's Pikes Peak International Raceway. And then even happening this weekend is a Porsche Club event. And I guess they've gotten some, they said it was full, and I don't know the last time they actually filled up, so good for them. We do have a little bit of a, wow, this is kind of cool. Let's get on the roof here. The PCA events are pretty unique, and they only have like 3 or 4 every season. PPIR Track Attack, for those of you listening that may not know about it, is at Pikes Peak International Raceway. And one of the benefits of that is that you don't have to work. So no work assignments. You pay your money, and you get to enjoy the autocross goodness of running on the infield at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Sorry, I had to take some time out here and pet my dog. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? You want to jump down? All right, don't trip over any wires. Right here. All right, 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining. And Vivek is out front now. And then Mikey Boy, wow, Vivek put down a flyer, a 146.540 in the Telefunken Uno. You can see him drifting. Uh-oh, and we've got a car in the line. Yep, and that ruined that lap for Vivek. Tilly has decided that she's going to go to another chair, and that's fine. Uh-oh. Got somebody backwards, and they're in the pits. Moo, cow, moo. And so is Giannis. Tweak is ghosted. I have STA Sniper asks, who's the favorite to win the day based on last week's results? Probably the favorites are going to be V8 Fiero, as well as Vivek, Bruce, and Siraj are probably your top 5 there for being favorites up front. Except for if we look up here, we've got Michael Keltner's putting down some really good laps, so he may be able to get in there and actually mix it up for, I mean, we're only on event number 2, so 51 seconds. 51 seconds. And I still don't know why Tweak is ghosted. on board with, or at least watching with Ryan Sotak, doing some laps here. Doesn't sound like he's fully comfortable with the car. A little over 2 minutes to go in qualifying. Bruce's muffin race. Oh, what timing, huh? Well, that looked fun. Muffin Racing decided, there's 107 seconds left in it, qualifying. I've been a top 10. Might as well get into an altercation with somebody else. $65 seconds. We've got cars in the pits. They've called it quits. Don't race with oven mitts. You get the gist. Hey, we were only 2 people away to like double digits, and then they left. Lame. 32 seconds left. As like I said, qualifying is not nearly as exciting as the real racing, but qualifying is over. And you've got Vivek, followed by Michael Keltner, then Stephen Clark, then Siraj, Bruce, Jeff, Nate Hugenmuller, David Fouth, Aaron Botnick, Moo Cow Moo. Gonna always have to look that one up, it looks like. Where is it? I minimized it. Ryan McLaughlin, Hugh Bellet, and that is Mike James. I'm gonna try to remember that one. Huskerlax, that is Mason, and then Jubes in 13th. I don't have that on my list. Planet Herring is Mike Herring. A cheese, bless you. I don't have that on mine either. Tweak is Zach Peterson. I know Rich, not on my list. I got too many not on my list, unfortunately. So maybe at the break I'll get some of those names. And here we go. The main event. Let's see what it looks like to start. I don't know if there's a timer. It tells us like when it's going to count down. But remember, there are 2 events tonight. 2 events. This is event number 1, numero uno. All right, let's see. This is a big field. Main event number 1. Ooh, I can see where all the other people are on the map. That's kind of cool. Hope you're having a good time this evening. Time is 8:35 p.m. I don't know why they... Okay, and away we go. And it's a little busy out there. Now the Chevettes are just taking off. Juicy did not get a good start. Got some space up there, but back here with Jubes. Oh, and we've got two cars off on the right-hand side, on the inside of turn number, whatever turn that is. At least they're not jumping back up onto the course. Let's see. It's not Giannis. Oh, yeah, it was one of them. And he comes back onto the course. That was Giannis back on the course. Oh, V8 Fierro involved in another early altercation, just like he was last week in race number 2. And he did a good job of climbing back up, but boy, is he not having good luck there. And the worst player, that is Siraj. He was also near the top, so the two of them probably not too happy with their starts right here. And I don't know what kind of damage they've got going on with their cars. We'll find out if they have to go to the pits for it. Getting through. Oh, look at that. Somebody's taking the wide line, the banking, as it were. I don't think that's part of the approved course, but, you know, it looked cool. Let's see, who is that? That's Hubele in the purple. I think so. Yep. V8 Fierro definitely in some back markers right now. Up in the front, Vivek and Mikey Boy. That's Mikey Boy all looking at everything by himself. Followed by Muffin Racing in third. Then in fourth, not too far back, is Moo Cow Moo. David Fouth is in fifth. Jürgen Miller in sixth. Aaron Botnick in seventh. His car looks really loose. In the back, though, can V8 Fierro and Siraj make this time up? And we've got somebody off on the right-hand side. And that's Blitzkrieg, the Blitzkrieg. Zai Blitzkrieg, that's Nick Adley, or Addy, excuse me. I know Rich in 26. Siraj just trying to climb back up, trying to catch up with Ryan Sotak. That's Ryan right there. Here's on board with Bruce Lukens. He is in the middle of the pack. Well, the middle of the top 20 anyway. Looks like he's got a better line going into this, but I think that's Aaron Botnick right in front of him, kind of taking the good line away from him. Bruce doing everything he can to see if he can get past Aaron. Now, in real life, Bruce competes autocross with an STX BRZ, and Aaron is in a Street Corvette. So these cars are a little different than those vehicles. Oh, did you see the fire coming out of the tailpipes of the goal? He's waiting for his opportunity. Let's take a look at what's going around elsewhere. Wow, these cars are pretty evenly matched, as well as the drivers. All right, see some getting a better line there, but it didn't do him any good. Aaron was able to close the door on them. On board with Siraj now, and he's just gets to do open lapping. That car just doesn't sound as strong as some of the other ones. Fierro, Stephen Clark up into 17th place. Doing some drafting, and maybe can try to get in between the two of them and thread the needle, but probably not. So Steven, who we're on board with, VA Fierro, he's got an STH Cobalt SS that he runs normally with us at RMSOLO. David Fouth is in STX, as along with Zach, the other Fouth, Zach Fouth, in another STX. There's a lot of STX drivers in this league. In fact, I think all of them are except for one. At least locally. Definitely a handful of STU drivers with Siraj and Jeffrey Tattersall. But Jeff's been bouncing around ever since, unfortunately, their engine blew in their 370Z. Affectionately known as Z Marshmallow Muffin. And that was some nice awareness of the person who spun, not to just zip out into the middle of the racing line. All right, let's see what's going on up front here. A little spread out. I wonder if I look at that map. Looks like first and second are pretty close here. That's Vivek and Mikey Boy, Michael Keltner. And this just in, the Tattershalls are planning on fixing the marshmallow muffin. No, the marshmallow fluff. No, that's not right either. Z muffin. It's just Z muffin. Doesn't have a food. Usually they have, there's Thunder Muffin and Cinnamon, and there was Banana Nut Muffin, but Z Muffin is just Z Muffin. We made it French for no reason whatsoever. It's fun watching these little front-wheel drive cars get a little sideways. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. And around goes somebody. I thought it was Hogan Miller. I'm trying to figure out who's dropping back. It was Nate Hogan Mueller. And there we go. Now he's dropping back. So a little action there we were able to catch. The map does help with the dots. We've got some closer races back here. Like this one between Hubele and Stephen Clark. Oh, we're having trouble finding a gear here. All right, here we are with Bruce, Moo Cow Moo, and Z David Fouth. Sorry, Z David Fouth, the one and only. Bruce just hanging on that throttle. Oh, and a nice little taps, locking up the brakes there. And that allows Moo Cow Moo to jump onto the inside. And here's the shot from RMSOLO 1, our club blimp. Guys, they're doing a great job. Thank you, pilots. We appreciate everything you do, as well as the corner cameramen who get all the action on the right there on the track. And, of course, in the booth, we've got Seth Confer, who gets to feed me important things, like who I'm going to interview, and that's pretty much it. But it's important. I'm going to go back onto the roof of lettuce. Let's go chase. Actually, sorry, can't decide. That's probably more fun. Yeah, a little risky there. You had to let off, make sure you didn't take out Moo Cow Moo, but trying to get a jump on the exit there, but Moo Cow Moo blocking his line. Meanwhile, Fierro is up into 11th, but in the back, got a little bit of a race going on here. At least it looked like it. They're further spread out than I thought. And here we go. On board, with Fierro, who's got Melvin and Hyoga Miller and Muffin Racing in his sights. Now, Muffin Racing was up further than that. Something must have happened. Still 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go with lap times of just under 2 minutes. We've got 5-6 left. Hopefully, who knew when Melvin was going to come back into the picture there? I think I am going to go chase so we can see what's going on. Got a little bit of a race going on back here between MX5 Ben and X Perry. Ben Jolly, I know he runs with our Rocky Mountain Time Trials, which is SCCA. Pretty sure he does anyway. Yeah, I'm quite sure of it. Rocky Mountain Time Trials is his main racing style, I guess, or racing. No, it can't be Ben Jolly. Is that Ben Jolly? Yeah, Ben Jolly. Who am I mixing up with that runs a Subaru? I got them all mixed up. Didn't Ben Jolly run a Subaru? No. Anyway, maybe I'll just look on Facebook. Nope, different Ben, or not. Doesn't look like a Subaru owner. Well, it may be a Subaru owner. This is a different Ben Jolly. So I'm assuming it's the same one. It says MX-5 Ben, so I guess he's got a Miata. Back on Siraj, trying to find, battles, and it looks like there's a couple of. There we are again, still battling it out. Oh, there we are. Boom, and Stephen Clark is in the top 10. Stephen Clark was one of the two drivers that was involved in that altercation. At the very first lap, that going off-roading to the right side of the screen, and now he's back up into the top 10. Oh, we've got a race up front here. So this is 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd all together. Looks like 3 Unos and a goal. On board now with Aaron Botnick as he chases down Bruce Mukaumu and the David Fouth. A little counter steering there to make sure the car didn't come around on him. Remember, if a front-wheel drive car is not trying to kill you, you don't have it set up right. Oh, those little Unos do corner pretty good. Man, this is amazing. Mukaumu just like stuck in the middle there, along with Brucey. David Fouth doing everything he can to make sure that he keeps his spot. One mistake, and 3 cars go by. Looking at the dots in the upper right-hand corner, this is the closest race on the track. I'm sure Aaron is frustrated. He just can't catch these guys. Oh, and we've got some contact. Mukaumu goes around. Aaron decides to push Bruce a little faster. And we've got three of them still together, same order, yet David Fouth able to get a little further away. Let's take a look from the roof. Yeah, just a tad more spread out, but fairly positive they're going to bunch all up again. All right, well, this, and that little excursion just cost Moo Cow Moo a spot. And Bruce was able to capitalize on that mistake in that corner. Unless I missed some contact, which is possible. All right, so they're a little more spread out, but if we get on board with Bruce Lukens, and we've got ourselves almost a pass. We've got 3 minutes and 16 minutes left. That's not right. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left. And this is a battle for third place. David Fouth has been doing a great job of keeping the other guys at bay, but looks like Bruce loses a spot. If I've seen anything, that the design of the car that Bruce is in and some other drivers, the one that looks like a Scirocco, it has some pretty good grip in the corners, but it does not have that straight line speed. Whereas the Uno just looks really light and nimble and lettuce. Bruce puts a move on both of them. Uh-oh, we've got contact. Is it enough to affect anything? No. Let's look a little bigger here. And where is Moo Cow Moo? Oh, and Moo Cow Moo has Aaron knocking at his door off the left quarter panel. And Bruce sees the whole shot, and there's contact. It doesn't look like there's going to be much of a protest on that one. Fairly clean, especially for this is great, especially for sim racing. David Fouth is just pushing Bruce as much as he can, as Bruce's car is just not as fast. And we've got, man, and probably one lap remaining. This might be the last one. I don't know if they get one more after time expires, but this is quite the race here for third place. Yeah, Vivek and Mikey Boy, they're all by themselves, but this race for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth is intoxicating. And we've got an off by some back markers, it looks like. They might be coming up on him shortly, depending. I think the blue dots mean that they're down a lap. I'm not 100% sure about that. David Fouth in third, Moo Cow Moo fourth, Bruce Lukens in just made the move right off screen. but we'll see if we'll be able to keep it. Gonna go back a couple. Back to the Aaron cam, because he's had a front row seat for this the entire time. There's no time remaining. Don't know if they've got one more lap or not. It says they're still racing on the left-hand side, so guessing this is the last lap. Let's see if somebody takes a risk they wouldn't take normally on any other lap. I know I'm supposed to go around the track and see all the other races, the battles for position, but honestly, I think this is the most exciting. Oh, can Aaron, does he have enough to get past Bruce? Nope, he had to check up to make sure he got the good line there. David Faust still in third place up there. Oh, we may have a moo cow moo. Makes a move, but David had more momentum. Bruce Lukens warms up the tires as he goes across the line, and we've got Aaron in 6th, Muffin Racing in 7th, Planet Herring, then Hugenmuller in 9th, and V.A. Fierro, Stephen Clark. Oh, well, there goes, I don't know who that was, but that was fun to watch. Oh, well, that's all right. Good. Even the... Yes, down a lap. Thank you, Chelsea. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Okay, now I want to race. They're gonna lose their announcer because he's gonna want to race. But that was a fun one. Michael Keltner in first. Vivek Koduri in second, David Fouth, Moo Cow Moo in fourth, Bruce, Aaron, Jeffrey, Mike, and it's Mike Herring, right? I don't know why I would think. Yeah, Michael Herring. Who's Moo Cow Moo? I have to look. Ryan something, right? Yeah, Ryan McLaughlin. Nate Hugenmuller. I like to give it that kind of Swedish sound. It's probably not Swedish at all. Or oh, we've got it. Oh, man, I wanted to see that. Somebody was taking a jump. Ah, that's who it was. Herring. I'm guessing he disconnected or something. Oh, they've turned it into Forza Horizon 5 now. Welcome to Mexico. Oh, wait. We're in, like, Guatemala or somewhere. So, anyway, got the top 10. 10th place was Stephen Clark. Then Siraj worked his way back up to 11. So, I mean, you got the two guys that were in the altercation on the first lap ended up right next to each other as 10th and 11th. Followed by Giannis, Melvin, Spinal Gap, Husker, Juicy, Marksy, Cheese, Zach Fouth, Zai Blitzkrieg, Hubele, I Know Rich, Ryan, Sotak, X Perry, Piper, MX5, Ben, Jubes in 27th place. 27! So that was pretty awesome. That was exciting. So now there's usually a little bit of a break, and I don't know if who they're going to send me. Seth, if you're listening, who are you sending me? But let's see what we got here. I don't want to open.
Hey, Jess. It's Michael.
Hi, Michael. Well done on your first place.
Thank you.
It was from our point of view, the viewing audience. There wasn't a lot to watch up there. You and Vivek were just checked out for the rest. I think you'll enjoy the replay. But the battle for third was insane.
Oh yeah, that sounded way more exciting than what Vivek or I was doing.
It was David Fouth, Bruce Lukens, Moo Cow Moo, and
Aaron Botnick.
Aaron Botnick. Yes, thanks you. The four of those guys were just taped to each other's bumpers for the last.
All really good drivers. So
agreed. And there were mistakes made and whole shots attempted that didn't necessarily pan out, but even though they switched places a couple of times, they ended up with what they started with. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to go back and watch.
And I caught a couple spins, which was nice. So yeah, I checked in on you and Vivek a couple of times, and it looked like you had mainly just nothing to deal with.
Honestly, it was just autopilot. Like I had a stable setup at the beginning of the race when in qualifying, and I took a risk at the very end of it and went with a really loose setup.
Yep.
And I think it really paid off just because the corner exits on a lot of these, for this track in particular, just allowed me to carry more speed. And once Vivek and I kind of broke away from the pack, we just kind of tuned out and just started setting hot laps.
Were you in an Uno? Were both of you in Unos?
Yeah, Team Uno.
Yeah, that's the Uno definitely looked like it was a quicker car, but looser.
Yeah, it's a lot slidier. Definitely have to drive it with the throttle. More often than not, sliding it is faster than it just being 100% stable, but it pays off if you can control it.
Slip angle, my friend, slip angle.
Oh yeah, it's super fun to drive now.
That's awesome. Did I hear that Siraj was in here?
I don't think he's dropped down yet, but that was David above.
Yeah, that was David.
Oh, David Fouth came by. So David's here. I assume it's David Fouth.
Yes, and I am so exhausted from that race for third. That was insane.
That was amazing. So I basically, when I discovered the four of you, David Fouth and Bruce and Moo Cow Moo and Aaron Botnick, all together, I was focused on the four of you for the last like half of the, probably 10 minutes. I'd bounce around to see what else was happening, but it was insane the defense that you had to play, and then the holes that were left. I mean, tell me about like what it was like for you being out front, just having those three drivers on your bumper every turn, every straight, every pixel for most of the race.
Yeah, well, first, it was really clean. And being that close and being able to do it clean was really cool. I mean, there was a couple spots where we rubbed, but no one sent anyone off. I mean, I got touched a couple times, but it didn't send me sideways anywhere, so it was just good, clean racing. But and I actually had a slightly slower best lap time than the rest of those guys, but the Uno's speed on the straight, I think Bruce would have gotten me if he was in the Uno, but he just didn't have the speed on the straight. And I mean, Moo Cow and I we had so many spots where I just had to take a slightly defensive line, and I'm known in the league for making my car really, really wide.
Yeah.
And I was pulling every single trick I had out to keep those guys behind. I didn't think I was going to be able to hold them off. I was very surprised.
There was a moment, it was either on the last lap or the second to last lap, on the very last turn, where you didn't take it just right. It was as if you went down one or two spots, but because of the line you took, you just zipped past them again. So I guess it was the second to last lap.
Yeah, Bruce got in front of me on the back straight just before the chicane.
Right.
And Mukau was right behind me. And coming on the final turn onto the front straight, I had Bruce exactly in front of me. Mukau was edging up on my rear wheel. I got just the slightest toe from Bruce before I pulled out and just had, I'm sure no more than a car width to pull out between them, and pulled ahead, and Mukau moved in front of Bruce as well, and there couldn't have been more than 6 inches between Mukau's car and mine as we went to the first two corners. And then I just took a really tight defensive line on the first corner and was able to get into the twisty section where he couldn't get past. And then on the final corner of the final lap, he did a little bit of an over-under on me.
Yes.
On the last corner, because I went just a touch deep, and I was looking out, and his bumper was up probably at the front of my door as we crossed the line. So that was really good racing.
It really was. So congratulations on your third place, and
Thank you.
It'd be really fun if I had all four of you guys in here. If
Hey, Vivek.
Vivek's in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vivek.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, so you and Michael basically had like free laps.
yeah, pretty much. I don't know if I have a whole lot of interesting input. It was pretty straightforward. I just tried not to crash and try to stay behind Mikey, and he just drove a flawless race into the sunset.
That's pretty much what Michael said. It said once you guys established yourself out front, you just put it on autopilot.
I couldn't even see them.
No.
The only pressure moment for me was into like that first braking zone, that like triple apex right-hander thing.
Yep.
Jeff Tattersall behind me was always gaining, to the point where I think he was like bumping me a little bit.
That sounds Jeffrey-ish.
Yeah, and he's carrying more speed obviously, but too risky for me, for my personal risk tolerance, I guess.
Yep.
But he pulled it off, and then until he didn't. And then he fell
And
back.
then he didn't.
Did he spin out or go off, or I kind of lost track of that?
I think he put a wheel off going onto the back straight, the left going off. He was on the power and just touched the wheel off on the outside, and that, you're done if you touch the dirt there.
Yep. Yeah, actually, the kind of the triple apex right-hander into what I consider corner one, it's actually the sketchiest out of all of them, because the corner apex is really misleading. You have to kind of late apex it with some trail braking, and if you miss it, you could have really bad results.
Sure, and if you try to trail brake, at least for me, and I have my car set up kind of more stable probably than you two, then like the back would start to slide out, right? And so
I was running actually a really loose setup for this one. I made that change the very last half of the qualifying session. I was like, you know what, this kind of feels a little bit of a stable track. I'm going to risk it and try a loose setup.
Which is crazy that all three, me, Mikey, and Jeff, all three of our best laps were within, I think, 2/100ths of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was like that's about as close as it gets, right? So
you and I were 17 thousandths of a second apart.
No, and Jeff beat me by 3,000.
Yeah, Jeff was faster.
3,000ths, like what?
I couldn't keep up with you guys.
Fat racing.
It was a lot of fun. If one of you guys could send in, I wanted to speak with Siraj and Stephen Clark, because I have the feeling that their first lap was not how they expected it to go.
Yeah, I'll
yeah, I just heard a lot of yelling in the background and Siraj saying, "Oh God!" and I just I just tried to stay ahead of it, and hopefully it didn't come get us.
It had happened right in front of me, and it was the slightest touch, but just the slightest touch at just the wrong moment.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Yeah, it was it was right at the start. I mean,
It was into turn 2.
into the
Okay. Well,
between the first turn and that decreasing.
yeah, just before the decreasing radius one, and it was just so slight, and it started a little pendulum effect and took them both.
Did it only take 2 cars out, or was there more involved?
I got past them, and then I was not looking in the mirror.
You just like run for dear life.
Yep.
And it's hard for me to see like everything that's going on. I can see dots, and then I can see the names of who like falls off. But at that point, I was watching Siraj and Steven, and they both ended up in the grass. So yeah, Siraj, tell me about lap number 1.
What can I say? Really, unfortunately, boneheaded move on my part. I was accelerating and I was trying to keep the throttle on while moving around Steven and lifting off just a bit. Thinking just a light tap on his bumper wouldn't like upset either of our cars. But somehow just that light tap was enough to send us both spinning. It was the slightest of taps on a straightaway, and I really didn't expect that to cause the level of, the outcome that we had. So my apologies to Steven.
I was hoping to get him in here. I know maybe one of the other guys will bring him in, as I heard a couple of people leaving. But just put it out there. I want to thank Vivek and Mikey Boy and who else? David Fouth, who were just in here and telling us about the amazing driving that for to those guys. Actually, all 3, but David Fouth definitely had a bigger plate that he had to tackle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. David is an amazing driver, and he knows how to make his car really wide on the racetrack.
Really wide.
Yep, he's probably one of the most difficult drivers to try and make a pass on, and he does it so well. It's anytime you can make a pass on David, it's you got to pat yourself on the back, I think.
Well, Moo Cow Moo, Bruce Lukens, and Aaron Botnick attempted it for a good 6 laps, and the 4 of them were just stuck together in the destruction derby things where they like tow a dummy car, or it's like 2 cars that are like tethered together that they do at these exhibitions. What is it called?
Train racing.
Okay, see, I knew. So Steven's here,
Yep.
and he knows about the redneck racing. But yeah, that's exactly what was happening for the Battle for Third.
That's amazing.
Honestly, I jumped around a little, but I ended up focused on. I mean, it was Fouth, Mukau, Bruce, and Aaron just stuck on train racing for the last like 6 laps, and David Fouth got past for a very small moment, and then zipped right past them all again.
That's amazing.
It was fun. So yeah, you guys, tell me about. I don't know if you got to hear Siraj's interpretation of the incident. Tell me what happened on your end on lap number 1 there, Steven.
I think it was just an accident. All of a sudden, I'm going along, and then the wheel gets light and turns to right slightly. I thought I caught it, but then it grabbed, and I went off in the grass. And the really scary part was I was out of control coming back towards the track. I was yelling at everybody, "I'm coming back!" It came back under control just in time to keep from sliding in front of everybody.
Well, it's amazing that you guys are doing your off-road shenanigans and still finished near the top 10. Right? One of you was in the top 10, the other one was 11th, I think?
Yeah, 10th, 11th.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's not easy to do. And, well, you had good practice with that last week, Steven. And you got to do it again. But hopefully it doesn't become a thing for you.
I'm starting to think it's scary to start up front. I thought the back was always a dangerous area, but it seems like it's the opposite.
The back has been pretty uneventful. It's in this was a course that put just little hot zones of cars together. Like a couple of cars would just stay together the entire time, and there was very little passing unless you were really making the move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Draft would just keep you in a pack unless you can really get through some of the corners quicker than somebody else. They're going to be running you right back down the straightaway.
Yeah,
Jesse, I'm gonna hop off.
That's
'cause
fine.
I have to start the server, and Steven, we're gonna hop off to the other chat and
All right.
start the second race. Good
fantastic.
talking to you, Jesse.
Good
Thank you for
talking to
doing
you.
this.
Oh no, that was exhilarating, and it looks like this is more popular on Twitch. So that's kind of cool. We're down to 3 people, but we had 9 at one point.
That's amazing.
All right, Jesse, see you in a bit.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Yep.
Hopefully
Well,
not for this incident.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll see you guys more than you'll see me. All right, so that was event number 1. So we're going to be starting event number 2 shortly here. I assume, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we have another qualifying session. Doesn't look like the new one's up yet. Thank you for joining. If you're new to RMSOLO Sim Racing, we are using Automobilista 2. And it's been a lot of fun. They're in lightweight, underpowered vehicles, and the racing is tight and loose and fun. Tight as in together, loose as in the rear end of the car is all over the place, and fun as in fun. I missed it. Refresh. And there we are. Oh, you guys are going to get to see our fancy password, which I probably should hide that somehow. Aha. Figured it out. I think. Oop. Except for there it is. Never mind. Velo Park, Brazil. The Velo Park is a motorsports center which opened in 2008. It's located in the city of Nova Santa Rita, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil.
Hey Jesse, could you hop out of the server really quick? I have to join, so that way I can actually then allocate the broadcaster duty to you.
You're in it, it says.
Yeah, but like whoever joins first has control of that.
Oh,
feature.
I get it. Okay, yeah, I don't. So I need to exit it. You said, right?
Yes, you need to exit the server, and then you can hop back in, and I'll assign you as a broadcaster.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, hop back in, and I think I should be able to do it.
It's looking for a multiplayer or whatever. Oh, there it was on the front page.
There you are.
Here I am.
Okay. Invite as race director. There you go, sir. I'm going to hop into the other lobby.
Awesome. Thanks, Suraj.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right. The Velo Park was designed to have various layouts so it could accommodate a wide variety of vehicles, such as karts, dragsters, and Formula and touring cars. The Velo Park consists of, or Velo Park, I don't know, of a main race course, a straight for dragsters, and 3 kart tracks, including an oval, the only oval made for karts in South America. There you go. The track is composed of 9 turns and 2 very long straights for a total length of 2.278 kilometers. Its first official race was held in May 2010 for Stock Car Brazil. It was won by Ricardo Mauricio. Yeah. The track has 9 curves and 3 sectors with 2 DRS zones. Obviously, that's not applicable for our racing. The circuit also hosted the Brazilian Formula 3 Championship. The Formula 3 lap record is 48.668, and the stock car record for Stock Car Brazil, probably different than normal stock cars. This is actually a stock car. It says that a Chevrolet Cruze holds this record, and that was from 2019, and it was a 53.931 second lap. So here you can see all the what's going to happen. We've got a 20-minute qualifying session. We're going to run 23 laps or 15 minutes for race time. Also, you can see that they're going full sim. There is a mandatory pit stop. They have to watch it as the interior view. You have to run a manual, it's not just go out and race. So I'm wondering if this is where I should be, if it's just going to start, because I usually see the list of everybody. Like I can enter text, which is kind of cool. Oh, there we are. Okay, so that was cool. Have fun, drive fast, gents. And we are almost gonna start. This event brought to you by Branco Real Avon. I don't know what that is. It's a product. Buy it. Oh, yeah. Well, this is a regional track. You don't get pit like a cubby in your pits. You have just a space. Looks like some drivers are hanging back, which makes sense. Remember, this is only qualifying. It's about the fastest lap, not about who wins at the end, because the winner is the one who can put in the fastest single lap. And there is Siraj heading on out, who is the person who put this league together and battled back into the top 11 with Steven. But remember, the drivers to watch are Mikey Boy, Vivek, and as well as David Fouth, Bruce Lukens. I'm missing who the person who came in fourth, and I'm really bugged. I have to look at the list. Oh, I already had Bruce. Aaron. And I can't remember. Oh, Moo Cow Moo. Those are the ones that I remember. And we still have some drivers that are still in the pits. This is going to be interesting with these long straights. Oh, I think Siraj missed his braking zone. Going to get that map out. Alrighty, so now Siraj is on his first lap, and many of the drivers that have gone out already are on their first lap. We don't have any times yet because a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct on Siraj. Don't know what happened there. Missed it. Oh. And we've got times. Vivek puts down a flyer at 1 minute 12. And Jubes follows up, but 4.9 seconds behind him. Oh, and Vivek is... Oh, we've got contact. I don't know who that was that spun into him, but there's a bunch of cars off. But we're starting to get in the clean laps. Put this up. Let's see what... So Stephen Clark, who, as you heard in the interview, he doesn't know how good it is to start near the front, but holy for a holies, Bruce Lukens, 109.493. Mikey Boy puts down a 110.461. That's Mikey Boy in the number 13 and Bruce in the number 95. Ka-chow. David Fouth up into second place. Oh, these are all the familiar names we just saw, aren't they? All right. Just going on board with Aaron because we haven't seen a lap yet from him. That I don't know if we got one invalidated, but I can't believe there's still a car on the outside of that turn. I don't know if that's one of our racers or if it's like an NPC. Vivek puts down a 108.4. Aaron up to fifth with a 110.092. Man, we thought the 112s were fast, but Vivek just putting down, geez, 108.4. Honestly, I didn't know if Bruce would be able to put down that fast of a time. It didn't seem like his car had a lot of straight line speed. He's got open well, it looks like he's got it figured out. 108.129 seconds. I'm pretty sure that's going to be invalidated. Not 100% sure. Is that V8 in front of him? I don't know. Uh-oh. Yeah, the brakes on that car may not be as good as some others. Our top 10. Bruce, Vivek, David Fouth, Mikey Boy, Jubes, Aaron, Nate, Steven, and Mike Herron, and Huskerlax. That's Mason, Huskerlax. Lax. Sorry. Okay, so it looks like Bruce is driving fast and wild. Meanwhile, Mikey Boy, Michael Keltner, he puts down a 108.068. That is .062 seconds faster than who we're on board with, which is Bruce Lukens. We've got three drivers in the 108s, Mikey Boy, Bruce, and Vivek. And Bruce is going into the pits to change something. If we stay on board, maybe we can see what it is. I don't know how that works. Oh, you get to autocross your way to the pits. We don't get to see what they're doing. Bummer. Let's find somebody. There's Jeff at Muffin Racing, and then we'll look at where is David Fouth is in fifth. Well, that's going to be invalidated. A little off-road in there. Moo Cow Moo in 11th. Still only 3 drivers in the 108s. They have .8 seconds on 4th. David Fouth down to 6 as Jubes works his way up into... nope, they're all getting bumped down as Siraj has found some speed. But Spinal Gap becomes that 4th car in the 108s. We've got 4 cars in the 108s with Mikey Boy almost in the 107s. I'm sure he's just itching to get that 107. So it looks like Bud Smith, and I don't know who the car is ahead of him. I can't just assume it's a cheese. Let's see. It is not. Number 13, I think that's David Fouth. No? Or it's Vivek? No. I don't remember who was in that car. Ah, it's Mikey Boy. Moo Cow Moo up into the top 10. He's got a 109.2. We've got 5 drivers now with a 108. Mikey Boy, Bruce, Vivek. Make that 6 drivers with a 108 as Steven gets into 4th place. Six drivers with the 108. On board with Steven right now. I wish it would show his... Oh. Looks like he's 6/10 behind. I'm guessing that was for him. Not sure if the plus 688 was his. We'll see what happens as he comes across the line. Nothing. So looks like he's 0.5 out. Fierro sitting in 4th place. It's a little bit of a wide line. I don't know if that's going to invalidate it. Oh, Bruce up into 1st place by 0.054 seconds. He runs a 108.014. 108.014. Gets ahead of Mikey Boy by 0.054 seconds. Vivek into 3rd. Fierro, Stephen Clark into 4th. Spinal Gap in 5th. David Fouth in 6th. Those are your 108s. Wow, there was a car coming through there with quite a bit of damage. Here we are on following Bruce Lukens qualifying. Don't know if you saw what I saw, but Vivek put down a 107.8. Meanwhile, Jubes follows that up with a 107.6. Then Siraj puts down a 107.9. We've got 3 107s now, boys. You need a 108 to get into the top 10. I'm sorry, that just got even harder. You need a 108.7 to get in the top 10. It's like Giannis has picked up some damage on the front end there. He's in the... looks like he's about to leave the pits and get on the course. I don't know who's fouling him. Not the other foul. Blitzkrieg. Now they're coming in. Got a couple that are on their way out. Bruce with a 107.5. Jubes 107.6. Vivek 107.8. Siraj 107.9. Michael Keltner with a 108.0. Planet Herring 108.3. David Fouth 108.4. Spinal Gap 108.5. Nate with a 108.5. Wow, 0.002 seconds. The top 10 are within 1.05 seconds of one another. That's going to make for some fun racing. Oh, Muffin Racing is giving himself some... that's Jeff Tattershaw. He's got a creative hood design. How does he see anything? Guess it looks like that. Oh wait, let's... Yep, not the best view. Bruce Lucan still up front. 3 minutes remaining. Assuming that Muffet is going in for tires, or I don't know what you can do. Maybe tweak some stuff while you're in the pits, I'm guessing. Looks like Tweak bowed out. Bud Smith in the pits. Ryan Sotak with a 113. I guess can't do anything about that hood. It is what it is. I wonder if that means we have a yellow flag in that section. The map over on the right hand, it just went away. I don't know what that meant. Whoops. Alright, well, Jeff won't be happy that we picked that lap to take a look at what was going on. Fierro up to 6th. 108.2. Nobody's touching Bruce. At least not yet. We still have 1, maybe 2 laps left here. At least 2. 2, maybe 3 laps left. On board with I Know Rich. See if you can get into the 108s. Not on that lap, I guess. These cars look like quite the handful. 31 seconds left. Bruce with a 107.3 now. Vivek with a 107.6. Jubes 107.6. Fiero, that's Stephen Clark with a 107.6. So we've got three drivers within .01 of each other. And then the worst player with 107.9. That's Siraj. Mikey Boy, Michael Keltner, 108.0. Planet Herring, 108.3. Ubele. Did we say, is that Mike James, Ubele, or is that Husker? I don't remember. Ubele is Mike James. It says it's Belly or Mike James. I don't know who Belly is, so I assume it's the same person. And the race is complete. People are coming across the line. Some people are already in the pits. Bruce has got to be happy with that. Be interesting to see how good that car is off the line. Well, it looked like a silly track, but those chicanes at the end of each straight look like they pose a challenge for many of the drivers. Qualifying session is over. So it's a little toasty out there. It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Track is sitting at about 110. Weather is clear. Mild breeze out of the south. Real mild. I mean, like, what is that? 1.2 miles per hour or something. All right. Let's see the start from David Fouth's point of view. David Fouth, your first event of the evening, third place finisher. Mikey Boy in seventh. He came in first, and then Vivek came in second. Should be pretty exciting. I'm just trying to figure out where the crash is going to be. Should I go back further? Any thoughts from the Twitch community watching this live? Maybe come way back here to Aaron. Here we go. So far, so good. What's going to happen for this first right-hander? Small tap. So far, so clean. Oh, except for that. Somebody's in the wall. Oh my gosh, it is Stephen Clark once again. From top 10 down to 28th. Front of that car doesn't look like it's in that good of a shape. Yeah. Man. He's got the worst luck, huh? Oh, we've got some drivers have already finished the first lap. Oh, it looks like Siraj had some problems too. Somehow he's down to 24th. I don't know what happened there. I missed that. Gonna have to battle his way back up as he's down 20 seconds from the leaders. Thought they'd be closer. They're all spread out. All right, this looks like a cheese, Spinal Gap, and David Falf. Excuse me. Oh, as well as Moo Cow Moo, giving a cheese a little bump. They're top three. I mean, they're way up there. This is on board with Jeffrey Tattershaw, and he's in fourth place, and there's third, second, and first ahead of him. Get off the map. Definitely a lot of action in the middle back here. Everybody kind of equally spread out. Got a couple of cars coming into the pits. All right, we got two cars pretty close here. Mike James and Mikey Boy. Two very differently designed hatchbacks here. Just a little love tap there between the friends. Meanwhile, up front, Jubes is working at reeling in Bruce Lukens, who has been sitting in up top the entire race, as well as the fastest qualifier. So he can make this a pretty good week if he can stay up there. Stephen Clark is just a back marker at this point. Where is... He's in 27th place. Tap the brakes, letting him come on by before the first chicane. A lot of people coming into the pits. Lap 6 of 23. So this was not a timed race. This is a number of laps race. Following Piper. It says he's got the other Fouth ahead of him, which is Zach Fouth, and he's in that Chevette that's right behind his dad right now. He's the... Oh, no, wait. That's Mikey Boy. Sorry. Mikey Boy and... Who is it? Where's Mikey Boy? Oh, Mikey Boy is in 16th. I think that's Mikey Boy. Yeah, that's Mikey Boy. And Hubele. And Jeff Tattershaw. With a lap down car, I guess, in between the two of them. Because that doesn't look like Hubele. There's a bunch of cars that are pitting right now. Oh, I'm sorry, not pitting. They are racing. Looking at the map incorrectly. Pardon me. All right, this is the battle for first. Bruce and Jubes. Bruce is taking that line each time. And Vivek is right behind. Well, kinda. 4 seconds. He can kind of see him up there. Oh, we've got a late break. Who was that? That was Mikey Boy, I think. Wish I could go back. Maybe it wasn't Mikey Boy. I do not know. David Fouth up to fourth with Vivek in front of him. Jubes in front of him. And then this is as close as two cars are right now. Within a 1.1 seconds. We've got the worst player trying to chase down, well, almost everybody. In front of him right now is Planet Herring, and then Aaron Botnick. Then Nate, Moo Cow Moo. Oh, we've got cars everywhere. Meanwhile, first place just lapped them all. I think let's find out. Yep. That's second place that we're behind right now, and then I think that's Siraj in. Yep, that's Siraj. So we've got the leaders battling each other, and in between first and second are these two cars. Jube's doing everything he can to try to get around Siraj. It's not working. They both got around the other back marker. Whew. Got some good racing here. Lap 11 of 23. So we've got another probably 12, 13 to 14 minutes left. Uh-oh. We lost Jubes. Is he run out of gas? Or disconnected? He's just losing. Oh, it looks weird. David Fouth up in the third. He's got, that looks like Zach Fouth in front of him. So I think maybe we just lost connection or something, because no, this is there you are. Jubes has gone back down to 8th place. Meanwhile, David Fouth up in the second, trying still 13 seconds behind Vivek. So looking for a couple drivers that are close together. Jeff Tattershaw. This is much more spread out than I thought it was going to be, given the course. But so in first place we've got Vivek, David Fouth in second, Melvin Ironsmart in third, MX5 Ben in fourth. Bruce in fifth, Michael Keltner in sixth, Jeff of Muffin Racing in seventh, Spinal Gap in eighth, Moo Cow Moo ninth, and Achis in 10th. Meanwhile, it looks like Stephen Clark has battled his way back up into 14th place. That's given the damage to the roof, or not the roof, the hood, and always being a victim of some carnage. That is Nate on the inside, taking a spot away from his Chevette twin almost. Stephen Clark. Looks like Planet Herring is trying to chase down Siraj, Michael Herring. Ten laps to go, 10 laps to go. Actually, 8 laps to go, as I guess we weren't paying attention, and Bruce hurt himself. Vivek is into first place. Let's see what Bruce's car looks like. See if he hit a wall or something, or did he just spin? Front end looks okay. Back looks okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe he had to pit for fuel? Is there a mandatory pit? That maybe Vivek has and Melvin have not done yet? Can we see the fuel gauge? We cannot. On board with Stephen Clark, who's chasing Nate Hugenmutter. Ooh, got a little loose there. Not enough. Oh, we've got a little bit of a battle back here. Let's take a look at I Know Rich and Juicy. Yeah, these cars are pretty close to one another. I know Rich, Juicy, Blitzkrieg, and Mark C230. And the other Fouth is in. Let's see. It looked like he was pretty close, but I guess he was not. Oh. Caught him right as he was spinning. Bummer. Sorry, Zach. Meanwhile. Oh, he gets on the inside. And we're back to where we were. So currently Vivek has 1 minute and 37 seconds on second place. I am guessing, which is Bruce, I'm guessing that He has yet to pit, and he is coming into the pits. All right. Let's see. Where is Bruce on the course? Vivek in the pits while Bruce is on his way to the last couple corners here. But lots of traffic. He gets by the first two. Goes a little wide. Onto the front straight. Vivek is making his way towards the end. Of pit lane. And back into second place he goes by 3.5 seconds, 4.1 seconds, 4.6 seconds, 5 seconds, 5:51, 5:89. It's tall order, so it's just about when they pit. But Vivek is going to be on fresher tires for the next 5 to 6 laps. And we've got ourselves a moo cow moo into the pits. So this is David Fouth on board with Spinal Gap with David Fouth right in front of him. And Muffin Racing in front of him. Coming back to I Know Rich and Juicy. They're still sticking together. And Mark C230. Oh, that bobble. He dive on the inside. He can, but it's not enough. On board with I Know Rich. There he is. So Mark C230 has definitely fallen back a little bit. Behind by 12 seconds now. All right, let's take a look at the chase cam. So your top 5 are Bruce, Vivek, Mikey Boy, Muffin Racing, that's Jeff, David Fouth, Spinal Gap, Siraj, A Cheese, Mike Herring, and Aaron Botnick up into 10th. And he's just needs to keep these clean. He's got 2 seconds on Melvin, but it's closer than you think. Planet Herring is coming into pit. We still have 3.5 more laps to go. Well, except for Bruce, who's on lap 21. Well, and Vivek and a couple other ones. And now, there we are. Looks like we got a good matchup here. Siraj taking a spot from Spinal Gap. Now after the real David Fouth. Oh, David slams the door on him. Meanwhile, Spinal Gap seeing what he can do to get past Siraj. Let's go back one more here. Oop, there's a spot. Not wide enough. But Spinal Gap getting a good jump. Back down the front straight. We are on our last lap for, I assume, almost everybody. Still watching Spinal Gap here. See if he can get past Siraj or I guess. Not an and or, because that would be, the or part would be hard. And David Fouth, the two immediately in front of him. Oh, he gets by Siraj. Uh-oh. We've got contact. And I don't know if that was a self-induced what's the word I'm looking for? Penalty? I'm guessing it was, as he let Siraj and David Fouth back across. However, it did affect the standings. Sorry, I'm getting tired. The standings for Siraj and David Fouth as they flipped during that altercation. So we've got Lettuce in first place, Vivek Muffin Racing Jeff in third, Siraj in fourth, David Fouth in fifth. Cheese worked his way back up to sixth. Spinal Gap in seventh. Melvin eighth. Aaron Botnick made it into the top 10 in ninth. Wow, V.A. Fierro gets hit at the first lap again, but still finishes in the top 10. Good driving there, Steven. I know Rich in 11. Cool, now I can see. No, sorry. Mikey Boy sneaks into 11th by, let's see, 28.57 by 4 seconds. So it just hadn't updated. I know Rich, then Mark C. 230 in 13th. Nate, then Huskerlax 35 in 15th. Jubes into 16th. Moo Cow Moo 17th. Bud Smith. Bud Smith had a pretty good showing, 18th. Hubele Mike James up to 19th. Planet Herring 20th. MX5 Ben 21st. Piper Z Blitzkrieg X Perry the other Fouth in 25th. Giannis in 26th. Juicy into 27th. 27! All right, I hear people leaving things or coming into my chat. Maybe that's what that sound was. I don't know. Do I have people in my chat right now? Nope. But yeah, that was pretty amazing. We've got 11 cars that finished on the lead lap. The 11th place one was Mikey Boy. Waiting for the host. They're doing some talking, I'm guessing. And we're going to go back to the main menu. I don't know who they're going to send me. Somebody's here.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi. Hi, Bruce. Hello, Bruce.
Hey, man.
Okay, so your pit strategy. Let's talk about that. It looked really weird at the time.
Yeah, well, I saw that there was traffic coming up, and so I was like, like, no matter what, even if people are, like, being way overly kind and being like, oh, go ahead, you still lose time anyway, so I figured, I'll just pit early, and hopefully then I'll have less traffic. That didn't really work out, but, yeah, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I mean, but it must have felt. I'm sure you were watching. If on your screen you could see Vivek on where he was. I don't know what you can see in the race view, but you knew that. I mean, he was out front, and you're sitting, behind him by a lot, and then but who's got to still pit, and Vivek was one of the last ones to pit. And when he came on, it was like he was, I want to say 10, 11 seconds behind you.
I was only 6 seconds behind
It was
him.
6
Bruce,
seconds.
he just stretched the gap out to like 10 or 11 by the end of the race.
Okay, that's what I saw. Yeah, it was that was rough for probably both of you. Whereas, where Bruce is like worrying the entire time. I mean, were you saying to yourself, "Did I make the right decision? Did I make the right decision? Did I make the right decision?" That was hard to say 3 times. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was even saying to Vivek on the radio, I was like, you might come out in front of me. I don't know. I didn't know how long it took in the pits, because I was like, I kind of knew how long it took when I pit, but I know like Jubes messed up his pit stop, so I was kind of like, I don't know. It could be anywhere from like a minute 35 to like a minute 45, so I didn't know if he was going to come out right in front of me or right behind me or what, but...
Yeah, we were watching that when Vivek came into the pits, and I just watching like his dot on the map. It's like, oh, is he going to exit like right in front of Vivek, or in front of Bruce? How is that going to work? But he was still in the pits while you got to go through the first, couple corners. I don't know if they call that one corner or like 4.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, but it was an interesting course. Have you guys driven this course before?
Yeah, we drove it last year once with totally different cars though. It was like an old Mercedes DTM car or something, and mini, like a modern mini touring car, which was really fun. Just as chaotic.
Yeah, you have a...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that Bruce has a better memory than I do, so...
Well,
I remember racing that where I was in the Mercedes, and I think I was battling with Botnick in the Mini, and I just remember there was a very different, like one car was better in the corners, one car better in the straight line, but very similar lap times, and that was a lot of fun. So this was a little bit different, I guess, because we're all in the same class, but
right.
Some cars were, I guess it suited the goal pretty well. Did you talk about that already, Bruce?
I didn't know, but I think it did suit the goal a bit better than the other tracks, because the goal is really good under braking and on like decreasing radius corners, it feels like, because it's pretty stable, but it's super slow in straights. So like race 1 was rough, and then race 2 it felt like the car was actually not bad on that track.
Which was
Yeah, it's all the goal, and it's not just Bruce's talented driving. Yes.
well. The funny thing was, I noticed that the goal had issues on the first course in the straight line. Like it's like, Bruce, go faster. However, I looked at this course that was described on Wikipedia, basically, two long straights with some turns at the end. And I'm like, oh, well, Bruce is going to get clobbered. But how fast you can take like the first chicane, right?
Yeah.
That thing, I watched various ways of taking that. Somehow, Bruce, you got the car loose there.
Yeah. It felt like a nice loose though. It was like turn in and just straighten the wheel and kind of like modulate the brakes, and it kind of just like rotated nicely into the apex.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was the first time I saw that car actually have like a wag to it.
Yes. Yeah, and I bet Vivek and Jeff were probably like dying in that corner. So
in the Uno, I'm sure they were.
No, it was actually okay. I mean, it was kind of the same thing. You just kind of waggle the tail a little bit going in and just pedal out. So
I definitely was more conservative with my entry speeds because I knew it would slide so much. But I don't know. I think I just drive a little bit conservative too.
You guys may or may not know this. This is, I think, the third race in a row where Stephen Clark has found a way to hit something in the first lap.
Yeah, this time around he was saying like something popped up in the background, and so it just forced him to the desktop mid-race, and that's the problem with VR is you have no idea, so you can't just hop back in. You got to find your keyboard and kind of scramble. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, he had a technical issue.
Yeah, his luck has not been good for the last for first 2 weeks. First race of week one, that was probably pretty promising for him. But
same with Tweak. I think he also had some issues in both races.
And Siraj, actually, I don't know if Siraj is in here. He ended up fighting back towards the front again. But the race was the watch was whether or not Vivek would come out of the freaking pits, in front of Bruce or not. That's what I was waiting for. And David Fouth had a really good race as well. I don't know if he's in here for a second time today. It just sounds like the three of us. Unless there's and Jeff Tattersall. Unless
I'm here still.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think he had a pretty solid, relatively uneventful race, I think.
Who, Jeff? Yeah, Jeff had
David.
Oh, David, he was in traffic, but he seems to always be in traffic. But it doesn't faze him. So, yeah, there's usually a group of cars behind him that can't get past. He gets his car real wide.
Yeah, that first race was a blast being behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Mukau and Aaron.
Oh, yeah, you weren't in for that.
Amazingly fun.
You weren't in that conversation after the first, or did you? No, you weren't. This is the first we spoke. Yeah. So David Fouth and Siraj, I think. No, let's see. It was David, Mukau Mu, and Aaron, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The train of four, and it was the whole second half of the first race is basically dedicated to you three guys.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was really close, good racing.
So, well, thanks for joining me post race. Congratulations, both Vivek and Bruce. You guys did amazing this week. So, yeah, well done. And you too, Jeff. I mean, top 5, right, for both races?
Third on that second race, but it was due to a technical. Mikey, he just got a little too excited with his pit limiter and turned it off too early, so the game penalized him with a 50-second penalty.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I was wondering what happened with
yeah.
Michael on that one. And you hit something early on because you were looking over a bent hood.
In which race, first or second?
Oh, is that the first one? I thought it was the second.
I don't know. On my end, I didn't have a bent hood for either, so maybe it's just a technical
It may
issue.
have, yeah, it may have been cosmetic. Well, I would say that this week was a success. At least seems to go over to Twitch just fine. Actually, had some people chatting.
Good.
Well, it was Seth and Chelsea, but and somebody else. Husker Lax before
Mason.
before he came in. He went to Twitch before the game started, or the races started. Well, yeah. Anyway, I don't have much more to add for this evening, but great driving all around by Vivek and Bruce and obviously you, Jeffrey, as well. I finished, top 5 both races. I don't remember what you said.
No, seventh in the first.
Seventh
race.
in the first. Oh yeah, I would have known that. You're right. Because 4, 5, 6, and 7, or third. Yeah, because Fouth was 4th, right, in that line of cars. He was 3rd.
Yeah.
He was 3rd.
I was third. Yeah. It was
Yeah, so
Stout, then
third-
then
Yeah, well,
Cow,
he was
and- yeah.
First in the train, third place overall.
Right.
Yeah.
3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So you were behind the train.
Yeah, I was turning some laps there at the end and trying to catch him, but just wasn't enough time in the race, and they were also putting down good laps. So
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
You
have
had
a chance
fastest
to
lap, right,
get in
Jeff?
the train. Yeah, I squeezed out fastest lap by 0.003 of a second. So
so tell me right now about.
It's-
I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
I was going to say it doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Winning's winning. If you ain't first, you're last. Tell me about the Bruce and who is, because I didn't get to hear your point of view on that train from the first event, first race, and that one time where it looked like David Fouth gave you guys hope, like coming out of the last corner, and then you got past him for like a split second, and then he passed you again.
Yeah, that was it was a lot of fun, but it was also like just a little frustrating because the goal was so slow in a straight line. I'd be drafting David, and he would just still be pulling away from me on the streets. I was like, I can't get him anywhere. Well, the only place I could get him was like mid track maybe. But yeah, I don't know, he made a mistake going into like the last or the
corner.
exit of the last corner.
Yep.
And like went wide, and like I tried going next to him, but then he just took off. And I think Moo Cow then flew around me on the right or something, and yeah, those Unos are hard to keep up with on the street. They're like little rocket ships. But
I felt like I was in a spaceship.
yeah, and then our little train could not catch the top 3. We just couldn't keep up with them, but we had a great battle. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was like, lap after lap after lap of just fighting. So
No, and it was probably a lot of
good.
stress too, because you didn't. It wasn't just about worrying about what was in front of you. You had Aaron on your on your bumper the entire time, and if it wasn't Aaron, if you were up in 5th place, then it was Moo Cow.
yeah, it was definitely rough. You had to look in like 4 spots at once, but I like those battles, and yeah, it was really good. It was enjoyable.
Well, as do both of our fans out there who watched it live. Thank you for laughing at that. That we actually have 4 people watching right now. Oh, I guess I'm considered one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got my hopes up.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, Husker just came back in. I just like having Twitch on during the race, so I know your boy is watching me. Your boy watching me? Does that make sense?
No idea.
I just like having Twitch on during the race, so I know your boy watching me. Maybe it was you enjoy watching me. I don't know. Either way, Yep. Great night. Lots of fun. We've 2 hours and 47 minutes seems to be the running time for the evenings, so we're right on schedule.
Yeah, and thanks for commentating, Jesse.
Yeah,
Thanks for putting this on.
I'm losing my voice. And you're welcome. And it's fun. So yeah, no, and I got a better setup for this go round, and I think my microphone sounds better. So
I'll be the judge of that.
well,
No, that sounds pretty good. So.
it's not as I changed some settings and a link that I think it was Vivek that gave me for changing some of the condenser, the microphone settings helped, and then I took away some of the gain and whatever. Either way, it should sound more natural this time instead of as if I'm in a glass jar.
Well, it sounds good on this end.
You guys sound great. That's the problem, is that Discord always just sounds great, but I think it should sound exactly like this. Oh, I can turn this on. I'll probably create a loop. Discord always just sounds great, but I think it should sound exactly like this. Oh,
Yeah, you made a loop.
Yep, I did make a loop. Well, actually, I turned on. There's a delay on the feed. Anyway, gentlemen, gonna go to bed, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse.
You're welcome.
Thanks. See ya. Bye.
Bye. And thanks to everybody else who's maybe watching this for a second or third time, because it should be saved on Twitch. And hopefully you enjoyed my sophomore outing as announcer for the RMSOLO Racing Sim League. For me in the booth and me in the booth and me in the booth, I had a great time, and we'll see you next week. Take it easy. Wait.